welcome to For the Fans, guys. I'm Kevin, and we're here to talk about Big Brother 25. Tonight, we're talking about the Eviction episode. We're here with Kylie and my fellow 5 p.m.ers, CJ and Chantae. What's going on, guys?
What up?
So, I know normally we have Kylie here for the episode on Fridays. Normally, the 5 p.m.ers are not here. Chantae, welcome to Friday Fun Fest, if you will.
Cheers. Thank you.
It's crazy because we're gonna be talking about the eviction and everything leading up to it. It's been a crazy week in the Big Brother house. Felicia was going up on the block, and we knew that she was holding nothing back. And we're gonna talk about both the veto episode and the eviction because getting to it has been just a blast. See, so starting off, we had Cameron deciding to put up Mimi and Felicia against each other because he feels like Felicia is not going to vote for him inside the
Correct.
jury.
The jury.
Correct.
I personally
give them that would vote for him though.
Well, that's what I didn't understand is that I don't know why he had this impression that Felicia wouldn't vote for him if he wouldn't.
I have the impression that anyone else would.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, Felicia's not going to vote for him. So, I mean, it's an accurate read.
But it's not. It's not the only person.
I was going to say, however, he could have probably substituted any other name.
If Cameron makes it to the end, somebody would vote for him. I just don't think that somebody would be Felicia.
Who do you think would vote for him? Bowie Jane?
Depends on who you sit next to.
I think he's got Bowie Jane's vote.
You need someone he's sitting next to where people will vote for him.
I think if America was sitting next to him, people would vote for him. I think if Bowie was sitting next to him, people would vote for him.
Maybe that.
I think if Felicia was sitting next to him, people would vote for him.
Possibly Jag too. I think he beats probably half the people.
Yeah. I don't think he gets there because I think he's public enemy number 1 for a lot of people. But I think if he were to get there, I think he has a pretty good shot at winning, especially because he won the battle back to get in the house again.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, going into this episode, this week of episodes, because we're talking about them together, we knew that Cameron was evicted 100%. He was gone. He came back on the do or die twist. He got the HOH. Cam's biggest thing going for him is that this man is good at comps, bar none. Not the best we've seen, but he's really strong. He's the best this season.
I mean, he's getting up there in comp wins. Holy shit.
Well, the reason I say not the best, I feel like
HOHs, and he won the veto 2 out of the 3 times too.
At least 2 vetoes. Yeah, I mean, he's got at least 5 regular comp wins, and then the 2 returning wins, 7 wins.
The thing is, though, I feel like the best comp. If I had to pick someone from previous seasons, including this one, if I needed them to win a comp for me to save my life, I'm picking Michael Burner. Right? That's Michael from last season. That kid just knew what he was doing, and which is why I think Cameron, like you said, Kylie, he's getting up there. He's putting together a nice resume. Cameron is someone in the conversation, if you will, of someone I would pick to go out there and win a comp for me. But the kid this season, he's putting it together. He's getting it done. He's getting it done comp wise. And then in the episode before the eviction, we saw that once again he won the veto again. Right?
I don't understand how he's just steamrolling people because he's just this unassuming dude, similar to Michael. You look at him and you're like, they're not a comp beast, and they keep winning.
I don't know. If I look at comp beast maybe, but I don't look at him and think, oh, he can't win. I think that would be an underestimation of him.
But I don't think I wouldn't pick him to steamroll the competition.
That's true. I'd probably pick Matt first, and then Matt just does not do well.
And I don't even know that he doesn't do well. I don't know that he's not.
Doesn't do enough.
Ed says here in the chat, no one else wants to win. They like the middle too much. And Matt is
disappeared.
Well, I mean, every HOH competition comes, I'm like, Matt doesn't need to win this. Like last night's, I'm like, Matt is not going to win this HOH competition. There's literally no reason for him to.
Correct.
So,
It's good strategy for him to not have to be making any choices, any decisions, putting anybody in kind of situations.
right.
And
And he's going to continue to ride the middle.
Do you think he's deliberately choosing not to win?
Yes, there are some that
I
he's
think
deliberately choosing to not win. Like in the pressure cooker, he definitely chose to take his finger off the button because he did not need to win that. Yeah. There are some that he just doesn't care about winning.
Eat on the floor.
Yeah, this is after he peed on the floor.
Why he chose? He's like, you know what? Now I'm.
It's starting to still stinky up in here. I need to.
Like I've convinced them that I was like trying to win. Like I peed because I didn't want to let go of the button, and now he's like, I've done enough.
Yeah, exactly. But
similarly, I think Bowie threw the wall comp.
Yes, Bowie likes to be in the middle as well.
Yeah, Bowie likes to.
But I think that there's a stark difference between the game Matt's playing, which is very active strategically and socially.
He's an active middle player.
Yeah,
he's floating.
He is the definition of playing a great floater game.
So, Chantae.
Bowie had some like Velcro stuck on her arm she didn't know about, and somehow got attached to other people, and they're just dragging her along with them. Like she does nothing.
So that's the thing. Okay, so there are certain terms in the Big Brother lexicon that you may have heard them talk about, but I'm going to give you the definitions, right? And this is the difference between the two players. So Matt is what's called a floater. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's consciously making sure that he's in the middle, so that way, and he's making sure he doesn't win competitions, so he doesn't have to like show his cards.
Yeah.
Right, and he's doing it strategically and intentionally. Some great players have been floaters. One of the notorious BB15 winners, Andy Herron, he's what's called a rat floater, which is kind of the game that Matt's playing. Being a rat floater is being in the middle, but also making sure you tell everything that everyone's doing to everyone to make sure that they're pointed at each other. Right? Floating is a legitimate strategy. It can win you the game. It's good. Now, Bowie Jane, on the other hand, she's being what's called a coaster. Coasters usually have little effect on the game, and they just attach themselves to strong players and switch between them till they get to the end, right? Yeah. And so she is coasting. She's just
the coaster is the person you look at and you like, I'm taking them to the final too because I'm fixing to beat their ass and I'm taking that money.
Because everyone's gonna get there and go, what?
Like DF coaster.
Derek F was a coasting. Azza kind of floating, kind of coasting.
Yeah.
Azza was a coaster. Love her, but she's a coaster. Mimi, same thing. Love her, but she was a coaster too.
Yeah. She's coasting.
I mean, we forgot she was on the show half the time.
That's coasting, right? That's coasting. Floating is putting yourself in a spot that you're not making choices. And Matt's playing a great game, like being in the middle intentionally.
If that's the case, Jag came on trying to be active, got bitten, almost got kicked out, and now he's trying to be a floater too.
Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. The problem with Jag. Let me tell you one strong problem with Jag. Jag is not a floater only because he's not able to float to the power effectively. He's able to attach to someone like Cameron who has to he's gonna have to bulldoze his way, right?
Yeah.
But let's say Suri or a Felicia become in power, right? He's not gonna be able to float to them. They're still like, I don't know. Floaters do a good job of being in the middle enough that you don't think that you want to put them up, which is one of the reasons why Matt's playing one of the best floater games out there.
Yeah, no one just. It's like him and Suri. Like no one says Suri's name. No one says Matt's name.
Suri has gone from a power player to a floater for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
they took all their allies out, and now she has nothing to do.
And so she's just out there floating to where the power is. And they're like Cameron telling her, "You're good this week." It's insane, right? That's kind of how that works in terms of floater versus coaster. So we have the veto competition. Cameron wins again. Mimi comes in second.
Yeah.
Kiley, you said you wanted Mimi to do something. She was ready to start playing.
Right.
Getting second isn't doing something. And if anything, it just effed her because they're like, oh, Mimi's decent.
Wait, we did not factor in that Mimi could possibly win comp.
Yeah. Ooh.
Now that we're considering this.
Now, Felicia, on the other hand, she went outside the damn house. Let's reconsider here.
Yes, correct. And now we have here in the chat one thing that really ultimately, as we know, Mimi ends up going home this week, and we're gonna get to how because we have so many episodes. There's some stuff that happened outside the episodes. It's crazy. We have Tracy says what, who said Mimi didn't even get paid to save herself off the block, and it's interesting because
also hi Tracy from
Hi Tracy. Hi Tracy from Houston. Kylie says hello. So the interesting thing about Mimi's game this week is that she doesn't campaign, but I almost don't blame her.
Well, she thought that Felicia was the target.
Correct. And not just Felicia was a target, the way that Felicia, so we see in both the end of we get a rare two-parter veto episode because the veto episode starts off with their pleas. Now, Chantae, I don't know if you know this, but every week when someone wins the power of veto, each house guest gets a chance to plead why they should be taken off the block. Mm-hmm. Most times they do not show it.
99% of the time they're boring.
Yes.
And they just don't show it.
And they just don't show it. But as we saw in this episode,
they showed Riley's.
Yes. In this episode, we saw Felicia decide to take that time to target Corey and America directly. And it's funny because, as you know, on this channel, we cover Survivor as well. And Uncle Bruce has been a topic of conversation. Drunk Uncle Bruce has been a topic of conversation on Survivor. This is Felicia is truly the drunk aunt at the party all the time. She's not pretending. This is what they do. They go out there. Aunt Felicia, she go out there. She lets you know how it is, for real, no matter what you had to say about it.
I love her, and I love this from a BB player. Like, shoot your shot. Like, why get up there and just give like this nice little, well, Cameron, I would love it if you took me down, and but you just do what's best for your game. You earned it fair and square. No, bitch. Let me tell you why you should take me off. I wanted them. Yes, I understand you are trying to win $750,000, but then also be conscious of the fact you are making a television show. Like, give us a little bit of entertainment. And so
that's the best part about Felicia. I don't think she cares about the TV. And I think she is authentically this person. And I do love it. Because she's like, I need Cameron to make a move here. And so what I'm going to do is lay out why it should be me you take down and why you should put up him. This motherfucker over here.
Let me just say that she did her full speech. And I didn't even realize that they didn't show Cameron not using the veto until Thursday because I was so taken aback by what she said.
And it's not just what she said. It's her then sitting down and being like,
and I'm done.
I did that shit.
My God.
One thing I have to commend is the way Corey takes it. Like, he just sits there and he's like, yeah, okay. Like, that's it. And the reason I bring that up because we get the second part of the speech and everything, the fallout, with America deciding that she's gonna go at Felicia, but like with lies, I guess. But it's an interesting take.
I love it. I love all of it. I love America being like, don't come for my man. Like, you were lying. You approached.
We weren't in here in the counter.
Look, Mimi, I'm not trying to bring you into this. It was Felicia. Felicia approached us and then cut into the DR and being like, I'm lying, but I feel like I need to defend him.
And mad that then Felicia hits with because America's not ready for that auntie uppercut, right? Because then she hits her with you just been running this game under Corey. You just been up here under Corey, thinking that you're gonna do whatever you're doing over here, America. America didn't want to get in this fight, and then she gets mad and she's like, Corey didn't even there. He could then jump in there and like defend me. Corey had made it clear I'm not about to smoke like at all. Corey's told you this privately. You want to go play pool? Like Ed said,
I don't play no damn pool.
She's like, we have a private conversation. That's where you could lie. He's like, look, man, I'm not doing this here, and I respect the hell out of that because he's right. I don't want to do I'm not making this a spectacle.
I'm trying to do some stuff out, publicly.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't work so well for Jared. Now did it?
I think it was well played by both of them. Like,
oh yeah, no, I think
Corey,
Felicia
like you said, Corey handles it perfectly because he doesn't, get offended. He doesn't try to deny things. He's not defensive. And then, I think Felicia needed to do this. So
yes, I think it was everyone did the part. The only part that I did not agree with, I don't think America needed to jump in there. It was fun. It was fun, but I don't think it was necessary for her game or for what was happening, because even what was happening in there, Felicia's coming for Corey, and Corey is not engaging, which is a fantastic move. But it's no one in the house is too interested in you guys' final four enough. But Felicia and Corey is diffusing this perfectly. So America deciding to jump in the fray, it seems like a bad move for America's game.
Well, it's funny because I love. Well, I'll say America hasn't done anything most of the season, and this is her trying to be an active participant. And then when she tries to be like, Corey, back me up, he's like, nah, man, we already saw how this went. Why are you doing this in front of everyone?
Saw how this went once, and I already said I'm not interested in this fight. So, I don't have any reason to back you on this thing that I'm trying to not do.
Yeah.
Well, I love the, especially whenever you have an alliance that's, gone past the alliance stage and is now a showmance, and just the differing personalities, because I have the America personality. Like, I'm not going to back down from it. Like, you bring that smoke at me, I'm going to come back at you. Like, even if it's indirect, like you're coming after my alliance member and I'm willing to stand up for them, I'm going to bring it right back at you. And I'm not going to back down. I'm with America. It doesn't matter if it is not the best decision. It's just who I am, and it's who America is. And it's such a stark difference from Corey.
So Tracy asked here in the chat, did everyone already know about the Final Four? Yes. Everyone already knew about it. It had been known. It wasn't ever solidified. During the week off, it's kind of when they talked about it, which is really funny you say it like that. It was like a week off. So during the week off when there was no HOH and no one during the zombie week, that's when it formed. But everyone was aware because Corey and America told Jag and Matt already, because they're trying to play with Jag and Matt, so they're trying to be as transparent as possible. In addition, Blue mentioned it to Mimi, and Mimi's like, yeah, Corey and America came to me with this shit, and me and Felicia, and it's not there. None of them considered it real, which is why everyone knew about it, which is why it wasn't new information, though Felicia thought she was dropping the bomb. But this is exactly how she has to play it, right?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Felicia has had loose lips all season.
And so she blames everyone else.
So America made the right move in saying, nah, this was your move, because Felicia has just been outing people left and right and then saying, nope, that wasn't me. But, everywhere you go, it smells like shit, Felicia. So.
And what I do like about it from America is, she's also not defensive. She's like, no, like we were standing here at the counter, you approached us, like, Felicia, why are you lying? And I think she basically stated her piece, and, she didn't get loud. She didn't raise her voice. She just was like, you're lying. And so I loved it. It was like, just a low-key fight.
It's funny because on Rob at the podcast recaps, Taryn Armstrong, strong Big Brother correspondent, he has talked about how deftly and easily America lies. And it's second nature for her. She just goes out there, lies like a rug, and you don't know when she's telling the truth if you don't already know what's going on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like you just said, she's calm and she's reserved and she's like sitting on she said, "You mean right here on the counter? That's not when we talked about it, Felicia." And she's like, "That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie." She's like, "All right." Like cool.
Fine, if that's what you want to
Yeah, exactly. So it was ended up being an epic fight. Now as you know with all fights, there's more to it. From these were blocked on the feeds when it was happening, so I don't have any more context. But hearing about the fights, it sounds even harsher. It sounds even harsher than it was that we saw. Which is
Crazy.
It's so crazy. Felicia has been fantastic TV. Felicia is proof that we need more older people on the show. And I say that because having Felicia, having Jerry got
Rennie,
Big Brother 10, Rennie, Big Brother 10.
they don't miss.
They like older people have no qualms and give no fucks. And I love it. I love it.
Those are three of the best casting moves ever. And I mean, Sari is in that age bracket too, which is crazy to say. But, does Sari go to the same level as the previous three? No. But Sari, even if, obviously she's very experienced at it, but, she's great. Like, that DR of her, where Corey's like, this is just so cool. Like, I get to ask Sari all of these Survivor questions and she doesn't care. And she's like, oh, thank you, God, that y'all called me in here. Like, it's so good because they're not going to, you've got Blue in the DR that's just awful and like want to scratch my eyeballs out every time she talks.
So I want to talk about Blue in the DR real fast. It's so interesting because down to her boots, Blue is a character, right? And it's interesting because Blue as a person, fantastic. And I know Chantae, you're a lights feed watcher. Blue on the feeds.
There's no lights. There's no zero.
It's not light at all. It's none. Blue on the feeds, regular person.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's trying to make moves. She's actually trying to play the game. Blue on TV is there for TV, and it's confusing. Even down to her name. Is her name even really Blue? I do wonder.
I doubt it.
It's probably like Susan. Like it's probably something like
her real name is Rockstar.
No, because even Rockstar, that was a known nickname. Blue's in here as Blue. You know what I'm saying?
Red was in there as Red.
That is his whole ass name.
Let's see, Red Utley, I believe
that's his government name. Red.
That is his name. That is his God-given name. They were like, he's out in the Appalachian Mountains, and old Red, he's probably going to come out. He's going to have this red hair. His daddy, my cousin, we got red hair, and so he's going to have red hair too.
So, whereas Blue Kim, maybe her name's like Susan Blue Kim. It's all a part of the look, the branding
she's created.
Yes, and like she's a brand strategist. And I think all the brands she's strategizing for is her own. She's trying to be an influencer when this is over. And she's using this as a platform, right? And so all her DRs.
It's so crazy because I
it's
know
forced. It's so forced.
Authentic Blue.
That's why
authentic Blue. That's the kind of person you want to know and talk to. Like she is interesting, but the performative Blue. Get off of my screen. Yeah. I mean,
she's annoying. And maybe it's because she's so fake that it's like, I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah, because last night, my husband was like, who do you want to win HOH? I was like, I want Blue to win, but I can't root for her to win this HOH because I cannot do a whole week of her in the DR.
Listen, girl.
I just want her to be evicted so that we don't have to do it anymore.
Girl, hold up. I got some looks for you. Be here.
I got some more outfits
Right.
to debut. So
And then the thing is, I looked at her outfits. They ain't all that. So what are you doing, hun? What are you doing?
So
Girl,
that's
quick second screen search. It looks like Blue Kim is her real name according to Google.
lies.
Google.
I searched for 37 seconds. So
So going back to the episode itself, outside of Blue, we get that Mimi doesn't win the veto. We get Felicia's veto speech. Cameron ends up not using the veto. And it's interesting because leading up to here all weekend, he wants to backdoor Corey.
Mm-hmm.
I need y'all to understand how bad this man wanted to backdoor Corey.
Yes, we talked about it on Monday.
It came up to that last minute, right? And I loved him in the DR saying, I want to put up Corey. So Felicia's speech, unnecessary. I'm already there, baby. Like, this is what I want to do.
Got you. I got you.
And
Yeah.
I know we're moving
Corey
past.
Sit up next to Felicia. That's the thing. She's saying all this speech, but you may be still sitting up there with Corey.
Well, I was gonna say, I know that we're kind of moving past the fight, but I also love Cameron in this fight. Just sitting back, and then they finish, and he's like,
So
I mean,
I'm a Cameron fan. I wasn't before, but like
Cameron did the exact same shit for the Corey Jared fight.
This
Yeah.
is the thing. Cameron's an interesting fella in terms of these fights because I don't like him, right? And it's not that I don't like him as a person or a player. I don't like him in terms of these fights because I feel like I know for a fact he thinks that he has something to do with the chaos.
"Oh, sure."
But all chaos is outside of him. And he's like, there I go again, making this happen. And
Chaos
it's like,
Cam in the building.
no,
You're so
it
right.
wasn't you. You're just watching. You're
so right.
you're a bystander. But and I don't dislike Cam in terms of like his gameplay or anything. It's just his smugness that he thinks that he is the one making this. I mean, I remember weeks ago, and I was watching the feeds weeks ago. He was talking to Red, and it was when Heisem goes up as the replacement. Red says to Cam, the two of them are in one of the rooms, and he says to Cam, "This is a big move done by Felicia," and Cameron says to him, "I'm not. Felicia doesn't get all the credit for this move. I've been planting these seeds for weeks." And you're like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then Red's like, "Oh," and then Cameron's like, "Yeah, Felicia can get a little credit for making the move because she's here, but no, this is what I've been doing. I've been knowing that we need to get rid of Heisem the whole time. So I just been planting the seeds. And I told him they could put me up next to him to make sure that he went home because I know that Heisem is the target and he deserves to go home. He's too big of a player." And that was when I realized that Cameron thinks he's here when he's really here. Like he thinks he thinks he's doing way more
Yeah.
than he is. So then we watched the Jared fight.
Cameron is entertaining. He is. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
From the episodes, like what you're getting, like I have no doubt that he is going to like finish very high up, like in the America's Favorite Player, because I know that the casuals are eating him up because everything that you're getting from him in the episodes, if you're just watching the episodes, you have to love Cameron.
Yeah. He's an underdog. You're rooting for him. I still don't. Side note about underdogs.
He's not an underdog. He's not an underdog. He is more like an underhanded, like strategic player. Like at no point am I like, oh, poor Cameron. But when he does have power, what he does with it makes him very compelling, makes it very interesting. This game was boring until he got.
But he's wrong. He's wrong on his moves.
Well,
he's wrong on his moves.
He's
semi-wrong.
The chaos that's needed to be entertained. Like he thinks he has a bigger impact than he does, but he still has a pretty big impact when he has power. Like
Cameron 1,000,000% shook the game up because
yes. By putting
the first person to take
the
shot at the Cerise side.
Everyone else was playing nice, being friends.
Now,
okay, but he was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, but I mean, Izzy didn't go home because of Cameron. No. You know what I mean? Cameron may think so. This goes back to the whole ego thing of, this is because of Corey and America and Jared's misplays. Like
Yeah.
there's so
Izzy
many
went
other
home
things
because
to
of
go
Jared.
into it. He like set the wheels in motion.
He set it up. He
Yeah.
he set the pins up. Someone else had to come and roll the bowling ball and knock the pins down.
Right.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
then sat in the back and said, "Look what I did." And it's like you set the pins up. That's all.
And
Like,
even though his ego is huge, it's easy to see why he's because it did work. Even though it wasn't because of him, even though he kind of set the marble rolling.
well, no, Chantae, this is with Mimi going home. This is the second time the person that he put up is not his target didn't go.
True.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Second time.
his
But he
target
doesn't pay
did go.
attention to that. He's paying attention to the times it works.
Well, I mean, he wanted Izzy to go, but Izzy wasn't leaving until all the other things happened.
Yeah.
So, like, they were going to send home
You're right.
Felicia to spite him.
My apologies. Yeah, that's right. He wanted
So-
Izzy to go. He's like, "Look what I did. I did it." And it's like it wasn't happening. This time
Yeah.
he's like, "I want Felicia to go."
He
And then they're like-
assassinated the vice president because you don't always go for the president.
Right.
then this time he's like,
when you have that and she does go home, like how is he not gonna think, yeah, I did it?
I guess the funny thing, you mentioned Suri, right? And in this episode, we get some prime Suri play without her doing literally anything intentionally. She says Felicia and Jared and Mimi could have helped save Jared, and they chose not to. So I don't give a fuck who goes home.
Yeah.
Because my baby went home and y'all didn't care.
It's
so
between
I
y'all.
don't care.
I'm gonna write either one of y'all's names down, and I don't care.
Right.
Just tell me who to vote.
Yeah.
I thought that was such an interesting, because as we've talked about here on the show, Suri doesn't care about being there at all.
I felt like when last night when Julia's like, "Congratulations, you are all here till the end of the game. You will either be part of the jury or you will be casting your votes." And America and Blue are like, and you look at Suri, and Suri's like,
Whatever.
I thought Serena was about to like flip the table. She was so mad.
I mean, forget that part. When she goes to vote, she goes in there. It's like, sadly, vote to evict Mimi.
Yeah.
I miss you, HB. I miss you,
Felicia.
Honey Bunny.
I'm voting for her.
Fuck Felicia. I said that shit. She just doesn't. She does not want to be there. She doesn't care what happens now, which is a dangerous place to be if she decides to like turn it on.
Well, she's on the jury now, so
She's stuck there either way. I can see her just being like, I'm going to go scorched earth because the worst they can do is send me to jury, and then I'm just going to sit there.
A funny thing that happened on the feeds yesterday, just a funny thing, is that she was talking to Felicia and she said she started having her braids in. She's ready to take her braids out. And then Felicia's like, well, you could take them out when you get to jury house. And she said, who said I'm going to the jury house?
yeah, Suri was like, "Bitch, I'm not going to be at the jury house. I'm staying in this house."
well, yeah, you are.
I don't know if Suri is, but it's funny though, because like this week was like Suri continuing to work on her social game. Matt was really hoping Felicia would go because he wants to move into the room and be with Suri.
Yes.
He's a little upset about Blue because Blue's gotten real close to Suri. Cameron still close to Suri. Only people targeting Suri sorta are like Bowie, Corey, and America, and even Corey America are not even targeting her that much.
Yeah.
They're coming around on her.
Yeah. So Suri's like, bruh, I don't give a fuck what happened, because remember when y'all could have saved Jared and then y'all chose not to? Y'all remember, right? Okay, cool. So I just want to make sure.
Saved Izzy and you didn't.
Yeah. Remember that? Oh, yeah, cool. And then it's funny because then when Mimi ends up going 7-0, right? Clean slate. We're gonna talk about her actual eviction, but when Julie tells her that Jared and Suri are mother and son, it seemed to click everything that was going on for her.
Yeah.
And this is why we were saying that Suri needs to tell them.
Yeah, but like at this point, she don't, because she's not trying to work with them anyway.
At this point, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of hoping we get a Suri HOH, and then they give her pictures, and they're like,
Why is
and that's
Jared
the
in her
reveal.
photo?
Like, that's what I'm hoping happens.
Jared, did you meet up with Jared before you came to Big Brother? Like,
And
what?
like, and I just want her to not explain. I just want him to be in the pictures.
Even better, I want photos with Jared in it, but then just put like emojis on his face or put like
Like he's adopted.
Yeah, that's stupid.
He didn't give the clearance. He didn't give the clearance for this photo.
And like it even has, doesn't he have a tattoo? Like
Yeah.
whole tattoo.
Have the tattoo, but why does that look familiar?
So you guys seen that meme where Wolverine's like looking at a picture and he like touches the picture, right? You seen that meme? Wolverine from X-Men is it's funny because if you think about it, I want them to have some pictures and for Blue to hold up the picture with Jared's tattoo and to touch the tattoo, she knows that that's Jared. It has an emoji over it, but she knows that photo is Jared.
I don't want there to be an emoji over it. I want him to just full on be in the pictures and then
be like, when did y'all take those? Right before we got here? He looks a little young there. I want to be like a 15-year-old.
Like, because I like Game Changers Jared when he came on the family visit does not look like grown man Jared. And so like I want him to like give her that picture and see if anybody realizes that it's Jared. Because I don't think they will. Corey might. That might be the clue Corey needs.
I was gonna say, I was looking at Suri's photo. It looked like Jared. Americans be like, I don't think so.
Americans be like, Corey, that is so racist of you.
You can't say that.
This is why no one's even questioning it because they're like, shit, I can't say that.
Not touching this one with a 10-foot pole.
That's why it works. They're like, oh, they have the same face. Oh, no. Oh, I can't say that out loud.
Don't say that. Don't say
they
that.
have the same damn face, though. Like, I don't understand how people have not seen that.
It's funny because when Mimi sees it, she's like, oh, I see the faces. My bad. I didn't see it before. I see it now.
I mean, look, I don't think that they look exactly alike. But their mannerisms are spot on with each other. And I don't see how you can.
And then they have the same mannerisms, which makes them look exactly the
Yeah. Like I know my sisters and I have a lot of the same mannerisms, even if we don't look that much alike, that I think you could easily identify us as sisters because of like our speech patterns and the things that we say. And so I have no doubt that if me and my sister were playing a game together, you would know within 60 days that we are related. And whenever you've got Jared and Suri sitting in the same room together and they're both like throwing their head back laughing, and I'm like, yeah, nobody's
done that. And no one's been like,
oh. I'm like,
but also, you go in there, you don't expect people to be related. So, like, even your own suspicions, you probably dismiss. Like, it's like, no.
I'm too fucking suspicious. I would expect it.
Nah, it would be Felicia and Denzel. That's the one I'd be hooked on.
Now, Tracy says here in the chat, if Blue was on the block with Suri, she thinks she would tell the secret. I don't think so. I think it'll continue to be a secret until Suri says something herself at this point.
I think Blue is thinking beyond the house, and she still thinks she has a chance with Jared. And I want all that mess to be public so we can follow it once this.
I do love the fact that in Jared's exit interviews, he was asked. I saw on the Secret Alliance podcast, he was asked about their relationship in the future, and he said, "Well, me and Blue have a lot to talk about outside the house, and we're gonna see where it goes."
So that's enough.
That sounds like
I'm not going to translate what that means, but it's probably not going to go past finale night. But I would
probably going to have a great finale night.
I'd say finale night is a go, but finale night +1.
Yeah. I think maybe a week after
Todrick's house.
It's going to be
X very soon.
Yeah, it's going to be like the Todrick situation. They're going to go to Todrick's house. Tyler's gonna be a little disappointed because Sari's not gonna go, but that's why he did it. So everybody go there, Sari can come. But Jared's gonna live there for about 3 weeks with Taylor and Kylan and Blue for at least a week and a half.
Oh my gosh.
And we'll see what happens. But outside of Jared and Blue, Mimi, on her way out, she gets evicted 7-0. She says bye to everyone except for Corey in America.
Corey, she did this.
Walks past America. The reason she does this, and this is what's interesting, is that the way we got to a Mimi eviction over Felicia is quite interesting. For weeks, the last 2 weeks, Jag and Matt have realized that Mimi is a bigger problem for them than Felicia is.
Yep.
And they would rather evict Mimi over Felicia. The way the episode played it up was because of Mimi's comp threat ability. What also happened in the house was that Blue told Jag and Matt that Mimi was targeting them according to Corey. Now, none of this came from Corey, but Mimi is targeting them. She just doesn't know how they know. So, with that being the case, they feel like Mimi is the bigger target for them, which makes a lot of sense for them. As we know from watching the episode, Cameron is dead set on Felicia being the person to go. After the blow-up happens, one thing that was interesting is we see that conversation where Corey jokingly says that, wouldn't it be funny to keep Felicia without her knowledge?
Matt and Jack are like,
Huh.
that would be
That would be hilarious.
So funny. What do you know? And then America's like, this is a terrible idea, because it is a terrible idea. Because they've been trying to talk to Mimi. Now, earlier in the chat, Tracy mentioned how Mimi did not campaign for herself. There's a conversation that happens between Corey and Mimi, and Corey's like, man, that fight with Felicia, wild. And Mimi's like, listen, man, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. I don't know what's going on with y'all. I don't give a damn. This is not my situation. Y'all do that. Not my circus, not my monkeys. And Corey then goes to America and says, man, we've been trying to work with Mimi for a minute. And she ain't giving us shit. Ever.
Yep.
Why the fuck are we gonna keep her? We don't even know the fuck she's thinking. Terrible thought process by Corey because of the fact that Felicia is openly targeting him.
Well, but I mean, the thing is, though, I mean, they both need to go for
Openly targeting him, but she's not effectively targeting him. So why does
That's the thing. That's the thing, is that just like in the HOH competition we're going to see tonight, if you get a couple of these, anything can happen. Anything can happen, right? And like, yes, Vito more than likely is not going to be in Felicia's wheelhouse. But HOH competitions are sometimes just a pick 'em. You know what I'm saying? And that's where he's in trouble. So I thought that was a bad move on his part, but he's like, let's go after Mimi. And Jag and Matt are like, by golly, this may be a great idea.
Why didn't we think of that?
Why didn't we think of that? And now our hands are so clean, squeaky clean.
but Corey says
with the Cameron. I mean, and then Cameron is like, I've been thinking this. This is exactly what I wanted.
Which is so weird because I thought you wanted Felicia.
I'm pretty sure you say you wanted Felicia, but okay.
But it's like, you know what? Not anymore. She came in second. She came in second to me, and I don't like that. I don't want no one near me in these comps.
Yeah, why am I going to get rid of Felicia who can't win these comps? This is crazy. And I mean, if that is Cameron's strategy, which it has to be, once again, you're not
Kylie,
wrong.
we also heard a fantastic thing. Well,
Without
that's what I was gonna say, Chantae. We've heard fantastically when Felicia's like, I think I just blew up my game, and Cameron says, what game? and she's like, my game in his house. No, I know. What game? Yo, game is toast, honey. It's done. Done.
I love it. I love it.
I still
hope Felicia wins the whole game.
Her game was done.
That's actually where you missed it. You're right, Chantae. As soon as she broke away from Cirie, Felicia's game has been cooked since then.
Yeah.
When the moment she told Jared that she wanted to flip on Cirie, day 32 or some shit like that, that was a wrap. It's been a wrap for her ever since.
Yep. And now they keep her around because they know they can get rid of her whenever they want. Here's the thing. Who does Felicia go for in jury? Like, she's not reliable to go for anybody because she's so dang crazy.
True. I mean, I think there's a good chance we're not losing Felicia.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking around right now and they're like, who do I want to sit next to at the end? And I think a lot of them are eyeballing Felicia, which, jumping ahead, I think if Felicia had somehow pulled out this HOH, it could have helped her resurrect her game.
Yeah. Yeah. But with Felicia, with Mimi not giving them nothing, the tide starts to turn all week. But Corey wants to intentionally leave out Blue and Cirie so that they're left with egg on their face, if you will. But as we talked about, I don't
think it was so much for them to have egg on their face as much as it is like, oh, hey, Felicia, you're still here. Well, the two people that you thought were your allies, they wrote your name down. So trying to sever that relationship even further. I think it's more of that than trying to make Cirie and Blue look like dum-dums.
This is true. But the thing that they miss is that our guy, Matt, is a perfect rat floater.
Cirie.
And he's like, this is not a good move for us, for me to have Cirie thinking that I turned on her. So what we don't see in the episodes, he goes to Cirie and Cirie's like, the vote seems wonky. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're voting out Mimi.
Yeah.
And she's
Corey
like,
did it.
Yeah, Corey did it. That's who did it. And then I love Cirie because Cirie is a genius. She's like, that doesn't sound right. If y'all are all telling me Corey did it, there's something else here. But it's cool. I'm keeping that to myself because I don't give a fuck which one of them go.
I don't know how much I care right now. So whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Like, is there a way that I can get on the block for Mimi or Felicia? Like, I know he didn't use the veto.
Can I go? This is my last chance out of here.
Mr. B.
Push them out of the chair and sit my ass down next.
Mr. B. I volunteer.
Yeah. Cirie's like, can I pull a Hannah from Survivor and just tell them I'm going home?
I don't have to be voted out of his house.
I'm still upset about the fact that we drafted Hannah, and I
don't have to be voted out of his house to leave. I hope y'all know that. So we get Cirie not saying nothing. So the vote flips altogether. Now Mimi goes out there saying, like, not believing that Corey and America flipped the vote on her.
Yeah, but here, like, I drafted Mimi, like, in my paid draft. Like, I loved Mimi's answers so much preseason. Like, I'm gonna play this game like a politician. You know, I'm gonna smile in your face, I'm gonna shake your hand, I'm gonna kiss your baby, I'm gonna stab you in the back. And I was like, done. I love her, like, so much potential. And we would see the glimpses of it, of her, you know, ranting in the storage room. And then she just never turned it on. And even yesterday, like, because she found out Wednesday night that the vote was probably flipping. I can't remember who it was, but somebody was like, yeah, you know, with the vote flipping to Mimi. So she knows 12 hours in advance. And then, like, Thursday, before the feeds go down, we see her fixing her hair for an hour and a half, which she looked gorgeous. Okay. But go talk to somebody, do something.
I think at that point she was done. Even in her, like, speech,
Kylie, I think,
like, I can't wait to see you.
I don't care.
I love you so much.
I think she wouldn't got ready to go meet Jesus. Like, she knew that it was her time.
That's the thing. Is Felicia fought for her spot?
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And Mimi said, "Let me get good to see the Lord." And I'm just gonna go on off to do what I gotta do. I get to go home. I don't have to sit in this jury house. I'm gonna go ahead and just go home with my husband, my new husband. She just got married like 2 months before the show started. So she's like, "Cool, I'm gonna go ahead, go home to my family."
Like, how many months have I gone without having sex? You know what? Bye, guys.
The internet is funny.
Would you rather be the last person out before jury or the first person voted out in jury?
Personally, I want to go home before jury.
Same.
Now,
Like if I'm going out this week, I'm gonna be pissed.
If I'm Bowie Jane, I'll be the first person voted out in jury because I
think it depends on your life at home.
Oh yeah, what's your life situation's looking like?
Yeah, like if you have a new ass husband, if you are Cerie Fields, like just go ahead and sit.
Don't make me go to the jury.
Jared should have been sitting in the jury house for 5 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would have been happy with it. And he would have told them. He would have told them, and then it would have been fucked up. But he would have told them, "Send Blue's ass next, please." So we have a week.
Right? Yeah, Blue needs to be out.
Yeah. Send her ass to me next, please. It's funny because Tracy says that she would have spent that Wednesday night campaigning, and that's what Felicia did, and it worked to her advantage. Felicia ends up staying in the house. Mimi goes on and is out of the house, out of the game. Didn't never turn it on like Kiley said. That's what Kiley was waiting for.
No, but she did. She turned it on when she got evicted.
On her way out the door, Mimi says,
I hate when people do that.
They don't do it enough.
I love it.
They don't do it
I
enough.
want the TV
I hate
moment.
it. No, because you're already out of the game at that point.
Salt the game, baby. Salt the game on the way out. And I love the fact that she like made that shit up. She don't know. She turned around and she said, just so y'all know, Corey America and Bowie Jane have a final three. Have a final 3 alliance, and they're coming for you, and you. Turns up, come to find out in her exit press, you, and you was Jag, Matt, and Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
so
I kind of have their own final 3 alliance. So
correct. So she's trying to pit them against each other, and Cerie's like, "See you later." I don't really know. Like
peace out, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Bye.
And it's funny because people on the internet have stated, and I believe it, that we will never see Mimi again. She's not going to be popping up in no photos. She's not going to be hanging out with this cast. She might show up at a couple events if they're in DC, like a couple like fan events if they're in DC.
She has a real life. She has a career. She has a husband.
Yeah, she has her own shit.
Yeah.
Now I did this because it wasn't an election year.
Well, she will be prolific on Twitter. I think she'll be tweeting up a storm. She's going to be a TV watcher. Twitter person. It's gonna be great, but that's the only place you're gonna catch her is on the Twitter streets. And so we get to the HOH competition. It's a quiz. Before that, they had them watch some like social media things. It was like whatever. Yeah, we get to the questions, and I came into this HOH hoping for a Cerie HOH. Right, I want Cerie to get to wreak some havoc, see what happens.
Yeah.
When Cerie missed the question, I was like, well, there goes that.
It's not just Cerie missing a question. It's Julie being like, Cerie, we need an answer. Cerie.
I'm gonna need some time to think. You back
question 2. Cerie, we need an answer. I was like, give her a second.
It's funny because I knew at that point it was over. It comes down to Corey, Felicia, and Bowie Jane.
And everybody's saying Corey threw it, and I'm like, I don't think he did.
This is a terrible time for him to throw. This is not a good time for him to throw.
Yeah, not the time to
with
throw.
Bowie Jane and Felicia.
After he orchestrated that whole thing, is not the time for him to.
Not even with Bowie Jane.
He was 100% trying to win.
Yeah, Bowie Jane not the problem. Felicia being the problem. Because remember what we just talked about? How he decided to keep his arch nemesis, and now he's like, oh shit. This is the darkest timeline for me. This is my darkest timeline.
So I do not think Corey threw this.
Correct.
No, not at all.
It comes down to a tiebreaker between Bowie Jane and Felicia. And Julie says, the question is, how many minutes did Jared stay in the house as a zombie? And Bowie Jane initially writes down 27 minutes. Now, Bowie, I don't know if she knew this. 27 minutes is about half an hour. Jared was in there for a week.
How does she not?
I laid in bed for a solid 45 minutes last night liking tweets because there were so many funny ones. And like one of the best ones says, Julie, in minutes, how long was Jared a zombie? Bowie, half an hour. Alicia, 34 days. It felt like that. And somebody said it felt like 34 days, but we wish it had been 27 minutes.
It's funny because when they did that, I did the mental math in my head and I panicked and said 15,000 and I was still way closer than either.
Oh, you betting in the time too when you were trying to do it?
Yeah.
I said because I was trying to guess myself and I was like, okay, if there's 60 minutes in an hour,
24 hours in a day,
10
times
hours.
7.
Well, 10 hours is 600. Times 2 is 1,200. Times 7 is 84. I would have guessed 8,400.
Poor math are you doing over here?
No.
So in the tens, Common Core, I'm just using this Common Core. I heard this new math. It's called Common Core. I don't really know it.
It's not true.
I'm old, so I don't really know. But I was going by the tens real quick. And I was like, I just got to be close. I just got to be in the ballpark. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I told my husband, and Sheldon's in the chat, like 7 days times 24 hours times 60 minutes. Like,
Yep.
And then I would have probably subtracted 500 to not go over. Like, that is what I would have done.
But yeah, you do the 60 times 7, which is 420. You add a 0, so you have 4,200. You double it, 8,400, and then you round up a little bit. I'm gonna say 8,600 minutes, and you're still better than 27 minutes. I know you did.
But you're under 49,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and B-Bean mentions it here. Bowie came up with fake reasons for the 27. So one of the things that she said is that she could not hear Julie and that she thought she said how many minutes was Jared outside of the house before he came back in as a zombie. Okay, I can give her that because we don't know. But then also like maybe hours are different in Australia.
Hemisphere time don't work right.
Wow.
He was calculating it in Australian. She didn't know there was
Australian.
there's a
different
conversion
time code.
factor.
I think that
different time code.
I think that she thought it was Price is Right rules.
Yeah.
Well, she does
it needs to work for her because 49,000. Like, I mean,
I did love the fact that when Julie says it's 10,000 or whatever, 10,080 whatever, Bowie Jane goes, damn, Bowie Jane's the winner. What? Like, that is
and then she has half a second to think while Felicia's over there, Rain Manning it up, and she decides I better add a 6 in front.
Just to not be too suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Hey, 627. And so we are given
27 into hours. Like we still not even doing
so not half an hour, 10 and a half hours. Gotcha.
We're still not even to a full day. Come on now.
So we have a new HOH, ladies and gentlemen. It is in fact fucking Bowie Jane.
She can't coast anymore, guys. She got to do something.
Love it. Love it. I love it.
It's wild. But we have a Bowie Jane HOH. And the crazy thing is that Bowie Jane is working with Matt and Jack. Bowie Jane is working with
America.
Corey in America.
Yep.
Bowie Jane, it's Cameron's number one ally. There's only two people.
Mad at Suri.
She's mad at Suri and Felicia for not telling her about the red vote.
Mm-hmm.
And then also for making fun of her, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone makes fun of her. We're making fun of her. She gonna vote us off?
If she had the ability to, she would think we were mean. And so fucking Bowie Jane, she's now the HOH. Julie comes back on, lets us know that it is going to be everyone is now in jury. Everyone's happy. Chantae be Suri. We're gonna be everybody else. Yay, we're in jury.
No, I'm not the fucking jury.
$500 a day.
And then we also find out that this week we will be getting Zingbot on Tuesday.
I can't
Chantae
wait.
don't know.
I actually love
Zing.
Zingbot.
I know what it is, but Kylie is very excited. So should I?
So
be-
y'all
Yeah.
go ahead. You got to explain who Zingbot is to Chantae.
Okay,
CJ,
so Chantae.
wait, hold on. I want to hear CJ explain it first.
So Zingbot is a robot that comes into the house and roast each of the castmates individually in front of everyone.
And why do we like this?
Kylie, go
Because
ahead.
it's funny, and he
Because
does.
it's
He
funny.
roasts like sometimes he roasts the shit out of them. Like,
Sometimes it's good, sometimes they're bad, depending on the roast.
Who's the actual zing behind the bot? Like, is this like a
It's a
comedian
person.
bring in, or is
We
he
don't know.
just-
We don't know.
Okay.
And someone comes in, he's wearing a suit, and then he will come and say something like to Corey about his mustache on his upper
hey
lip.
Corey, I see that you have a mustache above your lip, or is that just shit
That-
from you kissing everyone's ass? Zing!
Zing! And then you see with the zing, and everybody laughs, and claps.
But some of them are genuinely funny. Like, I'll cue
Yeah,
one
some of 'em
up.
Yeah, some of them
Some,
are really good.
some of them are mean.
Yeah, a lot of them
Those
are
are the
mean.
good ones.
Those are
Yeah.
the best ones.
The good ones.
Yeah, y'all
B
keep
Bean,
going. I'll find one.
B Bean says in the chat that Corey will get zinged for loud kissing. I think America's gonna get zinged for the kissing.
America's gonna sing for the helicopter kissing.
The washing machine.
Washing
kissing.
machine.
Washing machine. Is that what it is?
That's what she called it.
Ed said that when they roast the gameplay, not the person, it's funny. It's funny that way. It's true. Sheldon said 1 year it was Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, well, she helps.
So they
host
do
it.
bring in like celebrities.
Occasionally.
Okay.
But Zingbot has become its own thing.
Yeah,
So-
and it happens all the time. It usually happens before or after comics weeks, BB Comics. We're starting to hit the
But
staples. We will be doing it next week. Is what well, Julie said we'll be entering the comic verse on Thursday, so BB Comics is definitely on its way.
Do you think it'll be HOH
Right.
or do you think it'll be Veto?
Does this show my? I mean, does y'all? Can y'all hear it when I play
We can
it?
see it. Let's play it. Yeah.
No.
Explain. They say everything is big in Texas, except your brain. Brittany, I have $500,000 to donate. Please tell me more about the charity you gave yours to. I think it was called the Brigade.
Yeah. So like
The
that.
brigade.
So the Brigade was an alliance, and so that was Brittany Haynes coming back for another season. The season that she originally was on. She thought she was playing with these 4 dudes. They actually had an alliance called Brigade. She was number 5 in the alliance, but like how Blue was number 4 in the Fugitives.
Right.
Brittany was number 5 in the alliance, and
She had no
That's-
idea.
she had no clue. No clue.
And
Wow.
like they literally broke her heart on national television. And Brittany Haynes is my favorite player.
Aw.
Which is why on her comeback, Zingbot hit her with the charity she donated to.
Yeah.
She gave her money to the
The
Brigade.
There's one of-
Yeah. They were the final 3. The 3 of the
They
4
were-
were the final 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was number 4 out. She was out at final 4 when
Yeah.
they set her down and broke the news to her about the Brigade.
Like, sorry.
And how
We're voting you out
you-
tomorrow because we've been working together since like day 4.
and one of them she was in a little showmance with, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going with the boys. I'm riding with the boys."
She was so sad.
yeah.
Embarrassing.
I think Sheldon here hit the so Bowie Jane, you're a DJ who specializes in turning the tables.
Wait.
But on Big Brother,
Okay, I was gonna say, please do your Zingbot voice.
it looks like the
Start
only
over
thing-
with
okay.
Zingbot.
So Bowie Jane, you're a DJ who specializes in turning the tables. But on Big Brother, it looks like the only thing you've mastered is the art of turning invisible. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Boom, you got it. Nailed it. Chantae.
So if Zingbot uses that one, does Sheldon get royalties?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sheldon to demand them.
Let's take a little vote though, like on what it's going to be, because I think Cameron's could probably be something about like, Cameron, when you get out of here, you can't wait to see Riley. The best thing she's going to have is a restraining order.
Oh, he has been kind of creeptastic this whole time.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be tight.
In her damn battery packs or whatever.
What is Cerise will definitely be a reference to Survivor.
Yeah. If they use Sheldon's, we're coming on the show immediately and saying someone watched us.
Someone get us that.
Which one of y'all ate?
B Bean, are you a producer? Ed, are you a producer? Tracy, are you a producer? Who is it? Who is it? We're looking for them.
Give us some royalties. We'll do some writing.
Yeah. Well, thanks for enjoying us. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for being here.
Did they have to wait for Zingbot until after the writer's strike ended so that they could have someone write these jokes?
Probably.
They've been working on them all season.
Yeah.
Oh, Bean, please the fifth. We see. I think that
Bean, we see you. We see you in here in the chat. We love it.
See you. I think that aren't the writers still gonna stay on strike? I do need a refill. Thank you, Ed. Aren't they gonna stay on strike until the actors get their contracts figured out?
No, the writers can go back to work. They just can't start filming.
But I thought they were showing solidarity to the actors.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that the talk shows came back.
Whoever's writing these jokes are the same people who's been writing this thing the whole time. They're probably not going to be that great.
I would say I feel like the zings generally hit like probably like 70 or 80%, which is a really good percentage for Big Brother.
Yeah.
Like most of them make me laugh.
But who's going to, I mean, is someone going to scab their way onto the show to do the zings? I mean,
they're putting the lowest paid.
They have writers currently.
The intern is on it.
Yeah, lowest paid intern. Yeah. Get in that suit.
So with Bowie Jane as the HOH, it's time to get to our light spoiler section. It's only light spoilers on Fridays because not much has happened.
Nope.
So
still do the spoiler. Are we not?
Yeah. Before we do though. Before we do, you can find Kiley at reality_TK. You can find me at KG Fury. You can find Chantae at the villain Chantae on Instagram. She doesn't tweet. And you can find CJ at Keyboard Sarcasm. So check us out. Make sure you follow us, and we will continue to talk about Big Brother there. Also, subscribe to our channel. If you come this far, thank you for joining us. We're about to hit the spoilers right now because Chantae about to hit the music. And I'm going to tell you all the light spoilers about what Bowie Jane's plans are. And we're going to talk through what the rest of the week might look like. So, Chantae, hit my music.
I just did it, but okay. Spoiler! I think we got to get our coordination done.
We got to get some kind of music.
Never leave.
There we go, CJ. All right. So, jumping into the spoiler section, Bowie Jane has two targets. Their names are Sari Fields and Felicia Cannon, right? That's CF and FC. Those are her targets.
Not surprised.
Right? Bowie Jane is very upset with them because they've been mean to her, and they're also the only people she's not aligned with. So it makes sense.
Or have they treated her the same way as everybody else in the house?
Man.
So what she had been telling people as I was watching the feed today was basically, since the red vote, they have not talked game to her. So that's her justification.
He basically broke up with them.
The hard part is that they haven't, but they haven't even talked game amongst each other. They've been on their heels since the red vote.
Fizzle. Yeah.
Like they've been on their heels since the red vote. They've been on their since getting rid of red. It's been an uphill battle. Izzy goes, Jared goes, Mimi goes. It's been an uphill battle. So there's
Cameron
nothing for
goes
them to
and comes
talk
back.
Correct. So with that being the case, that's who she wants to target. Now, this is important, and I want y'all to strap in because this is what's crazy. Okay. Corey and America want her to target Blue. because they want Blue gone.
Yep.
Cameron and Jag and Matt want her to target Cameron and backdoor Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron wants her to target Corey and backdoor Corey.
Yeah.
Everyone else has plans for Bowie Jane's HOH.
Except for
Bowie Jane wants Felicia, or she actually wants Sari to go.
She wants Sari out.
She wants Sari gone.
I'm like,
Sari will not
look,
be
I don't
leaving
want
this
it to happen, and I don't want it to happen at Bowie Jane's hands. But I'm like, how's Bowie Jane the only one with a fucking brain?
You know what's
27
crazy is
minutes,
from
y'all.
crazy watching the feeds, the general consensus in the House is no matter who wins the veto, it's going to be used.
It will be used.
Mm-hmm.
It will be used, and it's wild.
You better figure it out, Bowie Jane.
Because Bowie doesn't want the veto to be used. So unless Bowie wins it herself, it will not be used.
Mm-hmm.
Every other person will force Bowie's hand to make some kind of move.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love it.
Every one of them think they have Bowie's ear.
Yep.
None of them actually seem to have Bowie's ear because maybe Bowie is not the coaster that we think that she is.
Well, she was, but now she has power.
She has her own opinions, y'all.
Yes.
And-
We're about to get more Bowie this Sunday than we have all season combined.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
So Kylie has a draft
We get
thing.
more Bowie in half the episode than we've gotten all season.
Yes. So Kylie has this draft thing where she does a thing for money. It's a paid draft, and you get to pick 4 players for each season. I wonder how many players have picked Bowie Jane, and I wonder in Kylie's draft, and I wonder how many of those people are ready for them Bowie points they have not been getting all season. They've been sitting and waiting, this is the day.
This week.
Yes. These people that are like, because there's about 60 people in the draft. There's about 60 teams. These teams that are in the 40s and 50s are looking around and putting their hands together because they've been hungry for some Bowie content, and they about to get it. Because Kylie gives points for confessionals, and every time like you're doing some kind of move or something, they about to get some Bowie Jane content, and it's gonna be great.
All right, here is another question. Do y'all think we get more confessionals from Bowie than Corey or Cameron?
No, which is crazy. I think we still get more I think we get some more Cameron specifically.
Cameron, because I feel like Bowie Jane trusts Cameron, and she's going to try to work with him on this, and so Cameron's just going to be sitting there like, nah.
Well, Jag and Matt went up there and did the hard push for why they got to get rid of Cameron this week. Mm-hmm. Before Jag got up there, Matt was talking to Bowie, and Matt said, and Bowie said, I don't want to get rid of Cameron. It's not fair.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
And she's not doing it. So we could probably guarantee that Cameron's going to be safe, and he'll probably win HOH next time.
And I was going to say, if it's not Cameron who wins HOH next week, then Bowie Jane will be out next week because she didn't go for it.
If the veto is not used, who goes to jury?
As of this moment, it would be Felicia. Because Matt will fight tooth and nail to make sure it's not Sari.
It's Mama Sari, yeah.
And I think that Matt fights for it not to be Sari. I think Cameron doesn't let it be Sari. And I think that Blue doesn't let it be Sari.
I think Corey also is like, I don't care about voting out Sari either.
This is my chance to right my wrong of not taking out Felicia last time. Mm-hmm. So I want to take out Felicia this time. And I think Jag is not going to fight enough to like make it be Sari. Right. Bowie's going to have what she wants, but no one respects Bowie enough to give her what she wants. And so they're going to do what they think is best for themselves. Bean wants to know also if the veto is used, who the replacement nom will be. The replacement nom could be Blue. It could be Corey.
I think it's
probably going to be Blue. Now, if Blue wins the veto and takes Sari down, that is Bowie Jane's darkest timeline because she does not know who she would have to put up between Cameron and Corey, and that person goes home.
She would never put up Cameron.
She's not putting up Cameron.
She trusts Cameron for life.
So the reason that it might be Cameron, this is the only reason, is because even leading up to this veto, there was a conversation had between Matt, Jag, and Bowie about how Cameron is too dangerous and could comp out the rest of the game. They were having that conversation during Cam's HOH on Wednesday night. And then Jag and Matt go up there and say and talk to Bowie and say, we need to shoot for Cameron now, because if you trust us, Bowie, he's gonna turn on us sooner than later. Not on you, Bowie, but on the two of us. And if you want us in this game, we want to be in the final three with us, it's not going to happen if Cameron has a chance to take some shots.
Does Bowie actually believe she'll be in the final three with Jag and Matt?
As of this moment, it seems that that's what she wants to.
Well, a lot of people, similar to Felicia, are going to be angling to sit next to Bowie.
Why does she think? Like, where did she get that they would like, oh yeah, we want to work with Bowie Jane? Like, why does she think that?
Because they've been including her and talking to her. And that's where Felicia and Sari have fallen off, where they're not putting in the time and the work, and AmeriCorey is, and Matt and Jag are, and Cameron is.
And Kylie, I want to correct you on one thing. I don't think that's where they haven't put in the work. They haven't been strategizing together either. Since Izzy's been gone, there's been no strategizing. Yeah, and so since there's been no strategizing by that side, Bowie keeps talking about that side. There is no other side at the moment.
There's no other side.
It's fractured.
Yeah.
Felicia and I mean, the internet's called it one of the best frenemy situations you've ever seen in your life. It's Felicia and Sari, because they don't trust each other anymore. They can't work together anymore, but they have no choice but to be around each other because they're ostracized from everybody else. Right. And so it's kind of weird. Now, Ed here in the chat said, but Cam will take Bowie to the end, right? Yes. But Bowie knows that she'll be carried with whoever she goes with, and she's cool with it.
She wants to be carried, right? That's like her big goal is to be able to sit around and do nothing and make it far.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Sheldon says here in the chat, did Sari make the deadly Big Brother mistake of working too hard in the first half of the game and then getting caught up in the second half? I don't know if that's true, because she's continuing to roll if Jared doesn't treat Corey like shit.
She did not make a mistake. Jared made the mistake.
She made a lot of mistakes.
She made mistakes, but none of the mistakes made her in this position that she's at now.
Hisam's karma is real. You know, like I feel like last season, you know, in Survivor, we got Jam, like where every single person that wrote his name down, he voted out. And like Jam's karma was real, and Hisam's karma is real, because it's kind of been a downhill spiral since then.
I commented on someone's Twitter the other day. They said that the biggest mistake was taking out Hisam, and I disagree. The biggest mistake was putting Hisam up to begin with. You should have never put up Hisam to begin with. You should have just took Cameron out when you had the chance, and left and not backdoored Hisam. Hisam talked about how chill he's feeling, how good he's feeling. Good, keep him here. He's gonna work with y'all, and he would have continued to work with them.
Yeah.
Someone else mentioned, and I loved it. Someone else mentioned, and it's been mentioned several times, Riley's family style is all still in the game, minus Riley.
Yeah.
And it's because after they took out Riley, the professor said, our job here is done. Good job, everyone. Good job. Turn on each other. Sounds good. And they started taking shots from within.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
It's crazy to me that Riley was this quote unquote big target that Hisam had to take out. And then because Hisam wouldn't listen to anybody, they took him out. And then it's just been chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Look, I know that it's like some people are down on the season. I'm like, I'm not. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed this season. It's been entertaining to me. Like I said, I don't even really have a problem with the twists of like Cameron and Jared getting, you know, the opportunity to come back in the game. They do this shit all the time. Like literally for the last 15 seasons almost, we have had some type of battle back or twist. Like that's part of the game of Big Brother. So like I personally don't have a problem. Like if this was something that we've never seen before, okay, then, you know, like what the fuck is this? What is this? We got 3 people that have been voted out living in the house, but they do this. This is what they do.
Yeah.
There's, you know, we laid off of it for, you know, a few seasons, and I think it was only because of COVID, and now they're like, we can bring people back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with all that being said and done, we're gonna see how this weekend continues to unfold. Bowie James HOH, the veto will probably be used. No idea who's going up when it's used. No clue.
There's an 88% chance it's going to be used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless Bowie Jane
Get that
wins,
math on your little chalkboard.
he did it like Felicia.
Have Julie pressuring you to get it done.
Yeah, I had time to think about it this time.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be back on Monday. The 5 p.m.ers will be back to go over everything that happened this weekend. We're going to see Bowie Jane's HOH and how she got there in full detail for our full details they want to show us. This Sunday at 10 p.m. is the episode will air, and then we will be back at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Texas time to talk about everything that happened on Monday. So join us for that. And then join us for, if you're a Survivor fan, join us for Survivor coverage on Thursday. And we'll be back to talk about the eviction on Friday, talk about Zingbot, all that good fun. Thank you for joining us. Coming to you from outside of the Big Brother house. Good night.